Okay, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. It's a lot of topics today, man, to get into. It's just, oh man, it's too much today. But I'm gonna try to keep it short so we don't drown out the message. I feel long videos kind of drown out the message, but it's a couple messages we got today. We're gonna talk about 5G. We're gonna talk about this virus. We're gonna talk about Cuomo. We're going to talk about Trump. We're going to talk about the CDC. We're going to talk about Dr. Fauci, whatever, Bill Gates. Let's get into it. I'm seeing now in New York, the MTA, they issued, I think, a mandatory thing where they want you to wear a face mask outside or whenever you use the MTA. It's basically mandatory for you to wear a face mask. The irony in that is just 2 months ago, they were just telling us that face masks really is invalid. Face masks will not work unless you have the virus and you're not trying to spread it to anybody else. But if you don't have the virus, it makes no sense to wear a face mask. So 2-3 months later, they're now telling us, well, no, yeah, you should wear a face mask. Anywhere publicly, in a gathering, it's mandatory that we want y'all to have a face mask starting tomorrow, which is, I think, April, 16th? Or 17th? But, you can't make none of this up, man. These people are, really playing games with people's lives, right? And for some reason, every time I turn on my TV, I see Governor Cuomo. And everyone's really believing in this guy. And it's killing me because, this man is a bullcrap governor. And y'all want to see this man for president? You know how much scandals and stuff he's been behind, and y'all want to see him as a president? You serious? You want to see governor? First of all, up until this quote-unquote pandemic, a lot of y'all didn't even know who Governor Cuomo was. You heard his name. But it's amazing to me how, in the midst of all this, somehow, whatever the president of the United States is saying, and we may not agree with him. I'm nowhere near a Trump supporter, but we may not agree with him. But how is it seeming like the governor, the mayor, Bill Gates, who not even a politician, Fauci or whatever his name is, have more power than the president, and y'all just giving it to them? I'm seeing Blasio, I'm seeing Cuomo, I'm seeing Bill Gates everywhere, and it's amazing to me because he's not even a politician. I don't know, man. It's scary at this point. Bill Gates up there with that doctor, he just keep trying to press this vaccine. All he cares about is vaccinations. That's all this man care about is vaccinations. And it's mighty funny how, I'm pretty sure y'all probably seen this on social media, how they talk about Wuhan is where the virus originated, but somehow, some way, they didn't go through no vaccinations to get cleared. They didn't go through no type of And it's funny, right? Remember when President Trump was calling it the Chinese virus? And one of the Chinese politicians, one of them guys over there in power, say, yo, listen, right? If you keep calling this the Chinese virus, because it was all over social media for a minute, everybody was like, "Oh, that's my president." Cool. He said, if you keep calling this the Chinese virus, we're gonna really tell the Americans what's going on. Say it one more time, and we're gonna tell them what's really going on. And guess what? You haven't heard this man say that since. You find that funny? Right? It's amazing. And then now I'm seeing that the CDC, they've been giving out inconsistent stories, and man, listen, they've been and these are the people y'all are trusting with y'all lives. These are the people that y'all are trusting to keep y'all safe. These are the people y'all listening to every time the news come on. Y'all taking their word for it. Now, matter of fact, perfect. The CDC released, I seen something on the news, how they released a statement saying that now on CNN, they're saying that the virus, they're saying, has been created in the Chinese lab. You know, what's the odds of that? Now, just 2 months ago, when all the quote unquote conspiracy theorists was saying that this virus was lab made, some of them showed proof. You know, that's a whole nother thing to get into. You know, but it's funny because that's something conspiracy theorists been saying for a long time. But I guess being that the CNN is now saying that the news network is now saying that now it holds some type of merit, right? Y'all letting these people really play with y'all like this. You know, so I guess now it's true because CNN is saying it and it's been released from the CDC or whatever. It's just too much inconsistencies for me to believe in them. It's too much inconsistencies for me to sit there and trust these people with my life. So now you talk about vaccination. I think I'm going to trust these same people that can't tell me the truth about anything else with my life and believe them about a vaccination that's supposed to save me. Or that I just seen that Wuhan, China is pretty much back to normal. They opened it up without a vaccination. They probably over there laughing at us. You know, every other day it's a new symptom, or every other day it's a new way to contract it. Now mask is mandatory. Now they telling you to stay instead of 6 feet, 10 feet, or 15, some crap like that. Now it can be on your shoe and stay on your shoe. And listen, man. Listen, I don't know, man. They just playing with people's lives, and once again, nobody. I don't hear no celebs, nobody talking about this. Nobody talking about this, man. And this is not a conspiracy. Honestly, I made this. I was making this video today. My fault, y'all, because I'm trying to read as I do this. I'm trying to read this other information I'm looking at. I really was making this video today about the stimulus checks because, of course, you got these clowns on Instagram and Facebook. They're saying, oh, y'all worried about the $1,200. Oh, you shouldn't take it. First of all, how am I not going to take the stimulus check? They put it in your account. There's no way you could go and say, no, I don't want the $1,200. And even if you do, to me, you're foolish. And at the same time, who knows? There's reports coming out saying that some people saying that it's not, you know, like basically you don't got to pay it back. Some people saying you do, but listen, who cares? Stop bashing people about this $1,200 check, trying to make it seem like you got so much money. A lot of these dudes and girls that are saying this, they are pop. Let's be clear. These people are pop. They just want to be cool and follow the wave. So, because there's people, there's people that's really struggling. There's people that was going from that had a great job that's struggling, and it's not their fault. They got kids. People got kids to feed, man. It's not just all about themselves. So you sitting there, and mind you, I ain't gonna lie, it's just ignorance. It's ignorance. It's not about getting the money. It's not about, a lot of people could use that money. Now, what if that same person you talking crap about use that same money to start up an online business and they start booming? Then what? It's not about getting the money. It's about what you do with the money. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people are going to drop the ball with that money, man. Some people are going to use it just to drink. Some people are going to use it just to buy clothes. I've seen people buying clothes too. To each his own. Right now, to me, it isn't a time to be buying clothes or anything that's not a necessity. Take that money, put that money up. Because at this point, they really got our lives and our livelihood in their hands. They telling us when to stay in the house, how long to stay in the house, and every other deadline we reach, they start pushing it back. Like, what are we doing here? And we're giving them all type of rights to do so. They are violating every type of amendment and constitutional right, and we're just saying yes. We're just saying, hey, give us a vaccine. No, we don't know what's in the vaccine. We do not know. So, I just think. That's what I'm trying to tell us. Think. It's a lot of stuff going on right now. Just think, people. They telling us to stay in the house. Cool. Now, that would make sense to me if they at least gave us a reason why. Some people really still don't even know why that we're being told to stay in the house. They didn't tell us, listen, you're staying in the house because we're going to wipe it, we're going to do this, we're going to... They didn't tell, we're going to disinfect. They didn't tell us none of that. They just say, stay in the house, that's it. Pretty much. Point blank period. Stay in the house until we decide what we're going to do because blah, blah, blah. Man, listen. And I hate to make this a thing. I don't want to make this a conspiracy video because it definitely isn't that. I just wanted to touch base. I'm going to just lightly touch on all topics, right? So next we go into the quarantine partner. I want to talk about this because I hear a lot of people talking about how they getting annoyed. Like, realistic. It was a statistic. Somebody made a little chart about something. I don't know how true it is. That's why I really don't want to bring it up. But basically, it brought this subject to my head. And your quarantine partner, whoever you staying in the house with, make up things to do, man. Spice things up. Of course, you're going to get tired of your partner or whoever you quarantining with if you just doing the same thing every day, all day. Sitting there, waking up, watching TV, probably drinking a little bit. She's probably making all the breakfast. Or vice versa. However it goes, y'all doing the same thing every day. Spice it up. Go buy some board games y'all can play. If you don't know how to cook, I'm one of them. I don't know how to cook, but I've been trying since this quarantine thing been happening. If you don't know how to cook, have your lady teach you how to cook. That's fun. It's fun in that. Play board games, Challenge yourself to do something new. Dress up. Play dress up with each other. Act like, role play with each other. Do something to spice it up. You won't get bored. You won't get bored, man. And that's that on that. That's just how mad funny. But all right, next topic. Vaccinations, vaccines. When it comes to these vaccines, man, these are a touchy subject because a lot of people believe that it's going to help. I just want to say I'm totally against it, but for whatever reason you are not against it and you believe in it and you want it, which is your choice. I don't know. It's just a lot of things is starting not to make sense to me. One, vaccines have been known to cause autism in children. All right, and was it? I forgot. I forgot, man. It's too much, but just look it up. I don't have all my facts right now because I'm making this video on a whim and I'm just touching on certain subjects. But once again, my platform, and I tell everybody all the time, is to bring awareness to certain topics. You don't have to believe it. My thing is look it up. Look it up yourself. If you don't believe me, look it up yourself. But it's been proven that it causes autism in kids. And not only that, a lot of things just don't make sense, man. China didn't do it. China didn't have no vaccinations, no vaccines. And guess what? They sitting there, they open up, they good. You see what I'm saying? They sitting there making Russia, Iran, China, and I forgot the fourth one. But it's four of them. They coming out with a local currency. Basically excluding America out. Right now, I think China is leading in stocks. It was America. Now it's China. China done bought up everything. People really need to realize what's going on, man. Y'all blinded by this virus. There's so much going on behind this virus, but we're going to stay on topic. Once again, Bill Gates, he want to start vaccinations and these vaccines or whatever you want to go. He want to start it in Africa. Why? Why start in Africa? It originated in Wuhan, China. Why not start there? Now, I don't want them to start in America, but if we being real, they're saying America has the most cases, right? Why not start in America? I'm totally against that, but I'm just saying, why start in Africa out of all places? He been really bothered by Africa for a long time. He been doing a lot of, he been spending a lot of time in Africa. Him, his wife, it's just too much. It's too much, And it's, like I said, man, it's too much going on right now. I advise and I urge everybody to do your own homework, educate yourself. If you don't want to listen to anybody on YouTube, if you don't want to listen to anybody on Google, if you don't want to listen to anybody, period, just do your own homework and stop just watching the news opposed to this virus, because there's a lot going on right now. Another topic I want to talk about. Please, people, do not go out commit any crazy crimes right now. One thing I could say though, the streets has been very kind of peaceful. I think we're backfiring. We're making this thing backfire on them because I know they expect it to be riots. I know they expect it to be chaos. What I'm saying is, people, please don't go out and commit any crimes. Don't get locked up. Don't get locked up. This is a bad time to get locked up. Not even because of all that bull crap about the corona. Not even all that, man. Let me tell you, right? Short story. Just today, I stumbled upon one of the drill instructors because I went to SHOC. I stumbled upon one of the officers in that was my drill instructor, right? So I looked on his page and I seen that he has a son that's going to Albany Corrections. You know, they said, the caption said something about like, sending you off to Albany, be safe, blah, blah, blah. Right, cool. So I go and click this page and I'm just looking. I'm like, yo. First of all, he's a kid. The kid's like 18, 19. No, he's like 20. One of them, anyway. And I'm looking at him and he's not built like that. He looks weird. Right? But now that I think about it, that same weird and lame kid, because he looks like a lame, that same lame kid, right, that don't got a tough bone in his body, is about to go sit there in one of these correction facilities and tell that same drug dealer, killer, hustler, whatever, the toughest guy around your block, what to do and basically control his life for the duration of the period that they're in that facility. And he's not even built like that. He probably haven't been through half of the things that these guys been through, but he's about to control him. That guy you looked up to that was on the block, he's about to control him and tell him what to do, tell him when to go to sleep, tell him when he could go outside, when he could eat. That same kid, bro. You know, then it's crazy because I go to another drill instructor page that I recognize. I don't want to say his name, but I looked at it and he has a Confederate flag on his page. Actually, the picture was a Confederate flag covering the United States flag. So now you got to think, these are the people that's in position to monitor you. These are the people that's telling you what to do. And you know what's funny? As I'm looking on that kid's page and their kid's page, just period, just looking on their page, it's not one black person in sight, bro. Not one, not a smidget of a black person in sight. So you know what that tells me? That's why it's so easy for them to hate us. They're not fond of us. They didn't grow up around us. They don't know us. So it's that easy, because if I don't know you, I don't know what you've been through. I really don't care what you've been through now, because I don't know y'all. You know, all I know is what I see on TV, and let's be real, what we see on TV, the way they portray us is just disgusting. From the men to the women, loving hip hop, from the video, the prison, listen, it's disgusting. You know, that's on that subject. And this is the last thing I want to touch on, because I see everybody talking about Corona, 5G, and whatever. So earlier I wasn't watching the news, I was on the Shade Room, and it showed that a couple of these people in power, these politicians or whatever, they're telling us that Corona's supposed to be coming back. Coming back. Now, the first thing in my head was that question, coming back. So that's either, to a smart person, you're either telling me or implying that it either left or you know it's leaving. One, I don't know how the hell all these politicians and people became psychics. It's like they know the virus. You should raise your eyebrow to that, by the way. It's like they know this virus. They know every step of this virus. They know every step about this virus beside having a solution to it. You know? So back on subject, for something to come back means that it left, right? So what's that telling me, man? I got a theory, right? Now, I put two and two together. Now, this is not facts. It's just my opinion. I'll go on record saying it's just my opinion. It could be deemed a conspiracy, how y'all do, you know. Now, they're saying it's going to come back. Cool. Now, it's already done damage. You see all the cases, you see people dying. Mind you, I think over 500,000 people already recovered too, by the way, as far as some positivity. But you see everybody dying, right? So now you got to think. It's been rumors out there that the testing itself, the test, you know that kit, the corona that they tell you get tested, they tell you, there's people with rumors going around that they're saying that that's the virus. That right there. They're giving people the virus. Now, once again, you don't have to believe this. This can be far-fetched. But now, I'm starting to think, my conspiracy mind tells me that one, I remember when they wanted to make it mandatory for people to get tested at one point, In the beginning, they wanted to make it mandatory. 2, people are actually dying after get tested. That's a proven fact, right? 3, they're speaking very confident about it coming back, quote unquote, coming back. And once again, for something to come back, that means it had to leave. So once again, did it leave? Or is it gonna leave and come back? And 4, Jeff Bezos just announced earlier that he's gonna be providing his own tests to his employees, right? One thing I realized, through experience, when them rich white people start hinting at something, you see what I'm saying? Own test. Like, why are you getting your own test? What makes someone like him who is smart as he is, what makes him want to get his own test? Think about it. Once again, 90% of the time, you should really pay attention when these rich white people start hinting towards certain things like that, getting their own test. Because to get your own test, you're basically implying that you find some type of faultiness in the test that's already being given, right? Even Elon Musk, he spoke about it. He said it's all bullcrap. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. On another topic, they say, a lot of people lately been complaining about random headaches out of nowhere. I know 2 people that's been complaining about headaches lately, actually, that never complained to me before. They're just saying it's random, like they just been getting them out of nowhere. And matter of fact, I personally experienced it. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a long story, but to make a long story short, one day I got in my car and I just felt drowsy out of nowhere. Drowsy as hell. My eyes felt low. You just don't feel like yourself. Who knows what that could be? Who knows? I'm not gonna take it no further than that. But I myself could vouch for that, right? Then, like I said, man, it's too much. It's too much, man. It's too much. Now, on the topic of 5G, I heard someone say, you talk about a 5G tower, but you're using a phone that has 5G. Come on. How ignorant could you... Are you really going to sit there and compare a 5G phone, right, to a 5G tower, a whole tower? You really going to compare that? I really think logic, man. A lot of people, you know what it is? A lot of people don't want to believe certain things. But understand this, life isn't so comfortable. You do have corrupted people, man. You do have corrupted politicians. You do have corrupted people in place in power. Y'all think where there's smoke, there's fire. Y'all think all this pedophilia and all this human trafficking and raping, y'all think all this is fake? No, there's people that's really going down for it. Y'all just not hearing it. Y'all just don't care to hear it. And then not only that, these phones are doing the damage to us. It's just at a slower rate. All that the 3G, the 4G, the 5, all of it is doing damage. I don't know, man. Everything comes to me. Everybody keep talking about conspiracies, but at the end of the day, every theory comes from a form of truth. I believe. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And once again, you don't have to believe it at all. You do not have to believe none of this. All I'm saying is, any of the stuff I'm saying is just to bring awareness to what's going on. And then after that, you can just do your own research and educate yourself. But please, at least educate yourself. At least take the time to listen. At least take the time to go do your own research. Instead of just taking what these people got here, like at the end of the day, it's draining. People don't understand how much fear kills. Fear kills people, in case you didn't know. That's a whole nother story. Anyway. I don't know. There's other things I want to touch on, but I think I strung this video out longer than I expected. Let me know how you feel. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Leave a comment below. Let me know. You feel what I'm saying? If you don't, it's cool. Either way, let me know. Let me know how you feel in the comments. All I'm saying is, people, though, please do your own research at least. If you're not going to listen to nobody, if you're not going to anything, just do your own research. Stop listening to the news. It's been proven time after time that the news lied to us plenty of times. You know, swept a lot of things under the rug. It's a lot of things they don't talk about. So do your own research, y'all. Once again, like, comment, share, subscribe.